Hello, everybody. Welcome to another session here, Paint Party Rockstar. And I have a very special guest today. And we have Jenny, and she is all the way over in Australia. Jenny, I want to have you help me pronounce your last name.
It's Jenny Grehek.
Grehek. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. So we have Jenny here, and she's going to be chatting with us just for a few minutes. She's got some really great, exciting news. She is a Paint Party Rockstar member, and she actually just got a new studio. And she's going to be telling us a little bit about that and how she got started. So I'm just going to go ahead and let her introduce herself, and then we'll go from there.
Hi, everyone. So I'm Jenny. So I have Raw Art Designs in Australia, and I've met Julian online and have been following him for, we probably started about the same time, around a year.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah.
And I've gone on a little bit of a journey. I had a studio last year and that all fell through at the end of the year. So it's been very exciting to now get this opportunity to reopen.
That's awesome. Okay. So so you're in Australia, and how long have you been doing paint parties?
So I've been doing paint parties for just over a year now. However, I started off doing dot mandala art as lessons.
Dot mandala.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I don't know if you can, like I started off, I'll just show you whether you can see, like doing ones like this.
Ooh, that's so intricate.
So I started off just doing it for myself and then putting them online, and all my friends are like, oh, how do you do that? So they're going, can you teach us? And that's how it all started. It's been amazing, and I've met so many great people, and going into the actual paint party business has been, I just love seeing how it changes people that think they can't paint. And
it really does.
Yeah, they get so much satisfaction out of finishing their paintings.
And then so tell us about your business as a whole. So you started a year ago, and can you repeat the name of it?
So it's a Raw Art Designs, as in lion raw.
Okay.
So
okay. That's a really great name.
Yeah, my lion's actually a lion head, and I haven't got it up in here yet, with a very colourful mane and butterflies and stuff, and it's pretty cool.
That's really cool. It has a lot of a lot of strength and energy to it. Just the name.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
That's awesome. So, and then so I saw, and the reason I wanted to get you on is because I saw your recent posts about the fact that you're reopening. So you already had it open, and then you said it fell through, and now you're back at it?
Yeah, so I had a very small studio, so I could only fit 12 people max. And
so this is different one. This is different space.
Yeah, in a different space.
Okay, yes. Awesome.
Yeah,
you want to tell us a little bit about that experience? Like, what was it like, having it fall through, and then what was it like, what was the experience like finding a new one?
Well, it was quite, so where we are in Australia, we're right at the top of Australia, and it took quite some time for COVID to hit. So I sort of was really just getting started and had all my Christmas bookings in, and then COVID hit.
Okay.
And everything got cancelled.
Yeah.
So we were in lockdown for not as long as you guys, but I think it was about four weeks. But in that time, everyone was then scared and didn't want to come out and do things anyway. And then the owner of my studio decided that he could make more money renting it out to someone else, because there was a big shed attached to it. It's a very long story. Anyway.
Okay.
So that was quite challenging. And it also quit my job because I wanted to do it full time. So it was a big challenge. So I ended up taking on another job at the beginning of the year, which I've just completed, and because it was only 6 months. And I've been working just out of random spaces here in Catherine. So sort of a little bit mobile, and I'd go to people's places and do parties that way. However, I like the idea of having a studio. And then the lovely lady that is renting this space. She's a massage therapist, and we've gone in together and we're creating a rejuvenation hub. So she does meditation and Reiki, and I'll be doing the painting, and we've got Pilates happening. There's a whole, it's like
cool.
a really, it's great.
You know what? You're saying that, and that reminds me of there are some groups around here that do essential oils and painting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you can incorporate essential oils. You can even put it in the paint, like lavender for calming and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, it could fit in with what you guys got going on there.
Yeah, well, that's right. Well,
that's cool. Idea. Awesome. So it sounds like you found yourself a nice new home.
Yeah, and it's a really big space too. So I'm taking up half of it's in a big industrial shed. Not that it looks like it on this side. On the other side of me is a big open space. So we're still working on that, getting that set up. So at the moment, it's just this side that's set up as my art space. And I've started a new job as an art teacher. So I've gone back to teaching after 12 years.
Oh, wow.
And I'll be doing that 3 days a week so that I can concentrate on getting this business up and going and more regular classes. And I want to do after school programs and that sort of thing.
Awesome. So, yeah. Awesome. So what are some of the highlights that you've encountered like with your new studio?
Definitely having more space, and having more people come in. So I've just had, last week I had a school holiday program that we've been very lucky is funded by the government, and we did dragons. So I had 3 classes come in through the day and 25 kids in each, and it's just been great. It's a beautiful space. It's nice and calming.
Nice.
The kids were just so excited to have something like this here because we haven't actually got anything else like this in Catherine.
Right. That's awesome. Yeah. That's great that you offer that for them. Now, how did you go about? Did they contact you or you contacted them?
So with the funding, we were able to, so it's actually free for the kids.
Okay.
So we get given a certain amount of money, so it's free. And the kids, then I just at this point, I've just used Eventbrite, and so both the body that did the funding, they put out a flyer for the school holiday program. So there's lots of other business involved, and then just with my phone number to book. However, I then send them to a link so that I collect all their details and can then use it. You gotta
keep that.
Yeah.
That's smart.
For different classes, keep them up to date with what's going on.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what is one of the biggest challenges that you've encountered, and how have you gone about overcome it?
I guess the biggest challenge I had was having that stop. So I got into a big flow, and then of course obviously COVID hit, and then it was challenging then having nowhere and having to change and become mobile. And so bookings probably went down a little bit. However, now that I've got the space and know that I'm able to do regular classes, I've kept up doing little bits and pieces on Facebook so that people know that I'm still available, and kept getting a following. I guess it's little steps along the way to keep myself and keeping going on. This is too hard, and not stop.
Right. And so
depressing when the man came and told me that I wouldn't have my space anymore.
Yeah, that must have been harsh.
Yeah.
That's
when
harsh.
You just roll, and it's like, oh.
Yeah.
So,
well, on our end, when COVID hit down here and we had to shut down, well, of course, we had to close down, but we had not even considered making our kits. And even though we couldn't take reservations in, we started doing the ARC kids because we kind of had to. I was like, we couldn't do anything mobile or anything like that. And we were, so in a way, I'm kind of just thinking like COVID kind of pushed us into creating something different, like having to think outside the box. And we even took some time to like, we put the wood floors in here because we'd been thinking about it, but since we were so busy, like we were like just a busy art studio before COVID, and we just didn't have the time. And then we just kind of took the time to like meditate on things, and that's kind of how it hit for us over here.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic. And I've been watching your journey too. So it's been amazing. And we're inspired by your art studio because we want floors like that too.
Yeah, this actually Greg installed those himself.
Okay, cool. Because what was on it before? Was it concrete?
It was the carpet. Is the carpet you see here? Yeah. So these are just usually they just clip on. They're really simple. I mean, simple for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also I wanted to ask you, there's this thing I call the ghost challenge, which basically means like a challenge that you thought was going to be, something difficult, because I think us as entrepreneurs, we, sometimes we like to get ahead of ourselves, and we like to think of like all the things we have to do. And then there's this one thing that we thought that was going to be really hard, but when it came down to it, it was like, oh, easy peasy, like not that, it wasn't that hard. Was there anything like that for you?
Well, it's funny you say that because mine was kits as well.
It was what? It was what? Oh, our kits?
Yeah, same as you. So I did do them at the end of last year. I'd watched other people do them, and I was like, oh, they're just going to take so much time, and when am I going to have time to film it?
Right.
However, everything fell into place, and they were actually really easy. I haven't kept up with them as yet, but I will. Like now, I'm going to have more time again. I'm going to. But yeah, I thought there was a lot of work involved in them. However, it wasn't. It was actually.
It really is not that much. Yeah. Once you get the hang of them, and especially if you're going to do them like, mass produce them, like, 10, 20 of them, it really just becomes really simple. But I do agree with you at the beginning. To this point, I honestly, to be honest, I do not like putting them together. Greg does that better than I do, but it's super simple. The reason I don't like it is because it's so simple. I'm like, I could be doing something different. You know what I mean? Yeah, but no, that's good, because there's always that one thing that we think is going to be hard, but it really is not that bad. So as far as your studio, what is something that you either you strive for to be unique, or that you're working towards to be, to bring something special and unique to your community?
I guess it's just having different designs. I mean, I'm pretty lucky. I am the only one in our community, and the closest one is 300 kilometers away from me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, and we're in Northern Territory, so it's a very interesting weather situation too. So we're semi-tropical. So we have a wet season and a dry season. So I'm really been looking at doing art that is, I guess, a bit localized too. Like I've done a lot of silhouette with like with the horses and cowboys, because we have a lot of cattle stations. So trying to do things that are, the locals are attracted to.
Yeah, I've seen those designs that you do. Those are really colorful. I like the orange and the reds that you bring together. Those are really cool.
Yeah. So, and I think like they're really easy too. A silhouette painting is really easy but really effective. So people get a lot of enjoyment. They come in and think, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to do that.
Right.
And because I've already pre-drawn the outlines for them, and then just show them how to do the sunsets and the techniques for the trees and whatever, they just like have, such satisfaction that they've done a great job, and they're really effective looking, and they're relevant to our country here. So
that's nice. And they actually learn a couple of techniques, right? A little bit here and there.
Yeah, the blending awesome. And so it's great.
So if there was for those of you, or those of for the people who are watching and they're looking to start their own studio, what is something that you would, like, a word of advice that you would give them? Maybe they're in the process of starting, or it could be maybe like what to look for in a building or something like that. What would you say?
First of all, just stick to it, because one, it will come. Like if you are struggling finding a space or anything, something will turn up. That was my, I waited 6 months for this to turn up again, and it came along even better. And I guess you really do need to look at having a nice open space. The studio previously was divided into smaller rooms, so it wasn't very workable. Whereas now I've got a big open space, and that just makes it so much easier to get around to everybody. And putting your flair onto your space as well. Like, you look at what other people are doing and take what you like of their studio and set yours up how you want to do it. I think that's the main thing.
That's really important. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything else you would like to share with us today?
I think if anyone's watching this and are thinking of setting up a paint party business, I really encourage you to do it. Like, it has been the best thing I've ever done. It's something I never thought I would have done. However, like, I've tried so many things over the years. Like, I'm about to turn 50 this year.
You look great.
And I am so in alignment with my business that it just makes that flow. So like you love what you're doing. If you love what you're doing, it'll all just happen and flow for you.
More. I totally agree with you. That's a great advice. All right. Well, I think I don't want to take any more of your time. I just wanted to kind of get to know you a little bit better, and I see that you're doing great things. I love the posts that you make, and your new studio looks amazing, and I wish you the best. And I hope you have more continued success with you and your studio. And thank you for being part of Paint Party Rockstar membership. And we look forward to seeing more wonderful posts from you.
Oh, thank you, Julian. And I've really enjoyed this. It's interesting because I don't think we said it at the beginning that it's my morning here. So it's
right.
It was 9 when we started, and Julian's at 7:30 over there the night before. Yes.
I'm here in Mishawaka, Indiana. It is 7:46 p.m. right now, and you're at...
Yeah, it's 9:16.
The next day. Yeah. You're from the future. When I told Greg that I was going to interview you like this, he's like, "So you're interviewing somebody from the future?" Which basically, right? All right. Well, thank you guys for watching this episode, and stay tuned for the next one. Okay. Goodbye.
See ya.